Depending on your perspective of the supposedly iPhone 17 Air, a comparison of an iPhone 17 Pro Max against an iPhone 16 Pro Max helps us analyze potential developments to Apple's most premium phone. Apple's iPhone 17 lineup won't premiere until much later in 2025, yet some early reports mixed with scheduled enhancements have given us some sense of what's coming later this year. Therefore, there is not another opportunity like the present to start thinking about possible improvements. Apple will also have to work hard to raise the iPhone 16 Pro Max, which is not just the best iPhone to have released last autumn, but also the best phone overall depending on our tests. Apart from the exceptional performance and epic battery life, Apple's newest premium model also creates stunning images with a terrific camera configuration. Like earlier models in the iPhone 16 series, it also supports the newest Apple Intelligence technology. Running an iPhone 17 Pro Max on a fresh processor should enhance battery life and performance. Fresh cameras for the Pro Max model have come under discussion. Meanwhile, Apple could be investigating a possible redesign that would radically modify the look of the phone compared to past iPhones. Based on all we have thus far discovered about Apple's iPhone intentions, here is a closer glimpse of how the iPhone 17 Pro Max against iPhone 16 Pro Max matchup is looking right now. The iPhone 16 Pro Max starts at $1,199, making it the most costly model in Apple's inventory. That pricing matches the cost of the iPhone 15 Pro Max, which launched with a $100 price boost from its predecessor. Ideally, the iPhone 17 Pro Max would cost the same as the iPhone 16 Pro Max too, but that might not be the case. An early iPhone pricing rumor indicates iPhone 17 prices could be on the rise, though the rumor doesn't specify by how much or which models would be affected. There are two reasons to not panic about a prospective surge. For starters, it's still early in the iPhone 17 rumor cycle, and pricing information really doesn't come into focus until right before the phones arrive. Secondly, if Apple does produce an iPhone 17 Air, as has been largely expected, that phone is now projected to cost more than the Pro Max. You would imagine it might put a cap on how much Apple might charge for the iPhone 17 Pro Max. Availability for Apple's new phones is a little bit more clear. The iPhone 16 Pro Max arrived alongside the rest of the iPhone 16 series back in September, Apple's regular month for announcing new phones. Barring any drastic shakeup, you can pencil in a potential iPhone 17 release for September 2025. While the iPhone 16 Pro Max resembled its predecessor in the broadest sense of the word, it did offer a fairly major change: a larger display. The 6.9-inch screen meant the iPhone 16 Pro Max was bigger, wider, and heavier than the iPhone 15 Pro Max, which boasted a 6.7-inch panel. Otherwise, the iPhone 16 Pro Max was very recognizable as an Apple phone, with a dynamic island feature including the front camera and Face ID sensors up front and a triangle camera array on the rear of the smartphone. The style of the iPhone 17 Pro Max might shake things up fairly substantially if speculations regarding Apple's design plans prove right. The larger 6.9-inch screen size is expected to return, but the rear of the phone could sport a horizontal camera strip that spans across the smartphone, something unlike Google's recent Pixel flagships. That statement is based on a leaked photo that reportedly shows off the iPhone 17 Pro Max's frame. Speaking of frames, there's considerable controversy as to whether Apple will continue to employ titanium for the frames of its Pro phones or convert to aluminum as a cost-saving technique. Given how Apple highlighted the transition to titanium a couple years back, we don't buy the idea that the phone maker would shift course so rapidly, but it's something to keep in mind. While the iPhone 17 Pro Max's display size is predicted to match the iPhone 16 Pro Max's, there could be another display tweak in the works. One leaker expects Apple to turn to low dielectric T technology for this year's Pro model panels, a move that would make the displays more durable while enhancing battery efficiency. Early color speculations for the iPhone 17 Pro indicate that teal titanium, green titanium, and dark green titanium could be on the docket for this year's phones. Considering the Pro and Pro Max share colors, we believe the rumor applies to the iPhone 17 Pro Max too. However, Apple tends to have more muted color options for its Pro phones. The iPhone 16 Pro Max comes in black, white, desert, and natural titanium, so we wouldn't lay too much weight on that allegation just yet. The iPhone 16 Pro Max received a couple of major advancements to its camera arrangement, acquiring a new 48MP Fusion camera, as well as a 48-megapixel ultra-wide lens. The Fusion camera worked faster than its predecessor, resulting in faster focus and no shutter lag. The ultra-wide camera offers better resolution than the 12-megapixel sensor Apple previously used. Expect such characteristics to reappear with the iPhone 17 Pro Max, with another likely modification coming to third rear camera on the next phone. Rumors indicate Apple will reveal a 48-megapixel telephoto camera, an increase from 12-megapixel sensor that the iPhone 16 Pro Max utilizes for its zoom lens. There's no suggestion on whether that camera would improve the zoom length from the 5x optical zoom that the present iPhone delivers. There's also talk of at least one of Apple's Pro models adding a variable aperture that photographers may manage using a mechanical mechanism. This improvement would allow you better control over the depth of field in your images. One such camera rumor might influence all iPhone 17 models, assuming the true depth camera up front could get an update this fall. One analyst says the future phones would sport a 24-megapixel camera compared to the 12-megapixel lens used by existing iPhones. Since new iPhones generally to include improved silicon, we're expecting the iPhone 17 series to flaunt new A19 chipsets. In the case of the iPhone 17 Pro Max, that probably signifies an A19 Pro system on chip. It's impossible at this stage to estimate what kind of performance gains an A19 chip would give compared to the A18 Pro powering the iPhone 16 Pro Max. Initial reports suggested the A19 might be constructed on a 2nm technology, meaning its transistors would be packed closer together than the 3nm A18 system on chip. That usually equates to higher performance and less power use. However, news sources have revealed that the A19 will likewise be a 3nm system on chip. The iPhone 17 Pro Max could benefit from one speculated enhancement compared to the iPhone 16 Pro Max. Apple is anticipated to enhance the RAM in its upcoming phones with an emphasis on supporting improved artificial intelligence capabilities. That would mean 12 gigs of RAM in the iPhone 17 Pro Max opposed to 8 gigs in the current model. Here's where the iPhone 17 Pro Max might have a hard time improving on the bar established by the iPhone 16 Pro Max, as the current model posted the greatest time of any iPhone we've ever put through our proprietary battery test. In that test, we have phones surf the web frequently on cellular until they run out of juice. The ordinary phone can hang around for a little more than 10 hours on that test, but the iPhone 16 Pro Max averaged 17 hours and 35 minutes. The A18 Pro chipset helped the iPhone 16 Pro Max land on the top phone battery life list, but the latest model also profited from a larger battery than its predecessor. There aren't any rumors yet about what kind of battery the iPhone 17 Pro Max would utilize, a part of a potential that Apple may use a new glue to hold batteries in place, making them easier to change in the next versions. One change we hope to see with the iPhone 17 Pro Max is an improvement to charging speeds. The iPhone 16 Pro Max continues to support 30-watt cable charging, whereas other phones have adopted substantially quicker speeds. By the time the iPhone 17 Pro Max launches, Apple will have unveiled iOS 19. Of course, the similar software upgrade will be offered to the iPhone 16 Pro Max, so there's likely to be no difference in the capabilities both phones provide. The same thing goes for Apple Intelligence. Apple might design some iPhone 17 specific AI functionalities, just like visual intelligence only works on iPhone 16 devices. But for the most part, the same AI features supported on the iPhone 17 Pro Max will be able to run on the iPhone 16 Pro Max. While iPhone 17 Air will be the shiny, exciting new thing, Apple's not slouching with its Pro range. The iPhone 17 Pro will provide the same 6.3-inch display as the 16 Pro, but come with significant design modifications of its own. For example, it's receiving a new frame with aluminum replacing titanium and a larger rectangular camera bump. Internally, iPhone 17 Pro will feature a 19 Pro chip, 12 gigs of RAM, the biggest ever in an iPhone Qualcomm's 5G modem. There will very probably be some great rear camera enhancements to complement the new camera bump. But for the first time in a while, the selfie camera's receiving some love too. Last year's iPhone 16 was one of the strongest base models in years. We'll have to wait and see if it happens again this year, but here's a rough summary of what to expect. 24-megapixel front camera, a 19-chip 8 gigs of RAM, the same 6.1-inch display as iPhone 16. There will certainly be some additional specifics on the base model that emerge in the months ahead, but for now, it looks like the gadget will have some fierce competition not only from the Air and Pro line, but from the cheaper iPhone SE4. Assuming a September 2025 release for the iPhone 17 Pro Max, we've got a lot of time for new rumors to develop. That's it for today's video. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more tech news and updates. See you later. Goodbye.